All right, welcome back. This is video number 4, training for Top Producer, transferring the database into Command. So in our last video, we went ahead and we compared and updated the Excel spreadsheet from the Top Producer information. And in this one, all we're going to do is very easily copy and paste the information on the Excel spreadsheet into a blank CSV template file. Now, first of all, where you will find that blank CSV file is when you come into the team folder and you go into the task that you're currently working on. These are the database for people whose last name begins with J, and there's going to be two types of files in here. It's going to be the blank CSV file, and then also the that raw data that you pulled the original Excel spreadsheet from. So here's where you find the blank CSV file. Go ahead and download that, and once you do that, I like to put these side by side, and I want you to notice a couple things on the spreadsheets. First of all, on the CSV file, this is the format that it must be in order to upload it into the command system. So we don't want to change any of the column headings at all right? So that's number one. Number two, you're going to notice that in the CSV file, the first 2 rows have information in them that you do not want to change. And then notice in your Excel spreadsheet, there is only 1 line of information, 1 row. So for that reason, when you copy and paste, you're going to begin with the second row, not the first. So in other words, what I'm saying is you won't be able to highlight the whole column and right click, copy and paste. I have tried that before, but it doesn't pick it up correctly even if I change the first 2 rows. So I have just found that it doesn't work that way by doing the whole row. So instead, start your cursor in the second row, the first cell of the second row. Go ahead and drag all the way to the bottom. And once again, you'll see here, I like to highlight the last row in some sort of color. It just makes it easier for me to know when to stop when I'm coming down to the bottom. And then you'll right click, you'll copy, you'll come over here to the first name, right click, and just paste the values. You're not going to paste the formulas, just the values. And then you're going to go ahead and save that. And then you move on to the next column. Now, these do not transfer the same column. So in other words, column B here is not going to be column B here. Remember, this one is the last name. So when you do that, copy. I'm going to look for the column that says last name. So I'm actually going to put this over here and then paste. And now I'll go to column C, and that is the initial. So I'm going to left click, drag it all the way down to the end, right click, copy. I'm going to come over here, and initial is the same thing as middle name, and put it there and paste. And then I'm going to go to the next one. So primary, junior, or senior. And I'll give you definitions for which columns match up because they are named a little bit different. And the reason they're named a little bit different is because when we pulled this information from Top Producer, they use different titles for their fields than this one does. So that's why we're seeing different information. So primary, junior, and senior, that's actually a suffix because it comes at the end of a person's name. A prefix is something that comes before the person's name. So like Miss or Mr. Frank Barbagallo Jr., right? So if it was a Mr., we're going to put Mr. Then you go to the full name. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to copy the whole column and that's actually the full legal name, and so on and so forth. So you just continue to do that for every single corresponding column from the left to the right, and until you get to the very last one. And just know that on this the CSV file, you will not be putting information in every single column, because some of these, they just don't have the information and the values that you put in. Like say this one, there is nothing in top producer that was similar. So not all of these columns will be filled. However, you will be using all the columns on this one. All right. So that is it. And then, so that's the copy and paste. And then when you're all done, you're going to save this, and you'll do a file, save as. You want to make sure you're saving it as a CSV. And then I will go ahead and give you a format for how I would like it to be named. And it's typically, you put today's date first. So let's say this is 7/17 underscore, and then these are, I think, the K's. Database upload for KW. That way I have the date that it's completed, the last, the first letter of the last name, and then this is telling me that this database is ready to be uploaded into Keller Williams KW. So that's that. And then once you save that, you're going to go ahead and upload it right back into, well, it would be the K's, right? Into this database here. And then I will pick it up and do the next step. The final thing that you would do is, once that is done, you'll see upload the completed Excel and CSV to Google Drive. The task is complete, so then you move the card over to done. So what you would do next is you would go ahead and mark it as complete, and then once you do that, go ahead and move it, because it'll be in here while you're working on it, and then you'll move it to done. And then what I will do is, when I log in, I'm going to look at any databases that are in this column, and I know that they're done, and I will go ahead and pick them up, check them out, and do that final step. All right, so that is it for now. Thank you so much. I know this was a lot of training, but if you take it step by step, I know that you guys will do a great job, and I do appreciate you. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.